Hey everyone and welcome back. Tonight I'm taking a look at Twilight New Moon. So after a rocky start, I came into the second of this franchise with mixed feelings, and I came out of it with mixed feelings. It is a definite improvement over Twilight. The blue tint that covered the entirety of the first film is gone, instead opting for a more realistic and vibrant colour palette, which personally at least makes it far more enjoyable to look at. The story here is again pretty basic. Edward moves away from Forks. I seriously can't believe this is set in a place called Forks. So Bella is left alone. After their breakup, she spends literal months sitting depressed in her room and no longer has any contact with her friends. That is when Jacob re-enters the scene. Taylor Lautner's charisma in the role is really what holds this whole film together. In fact, we spend far more time in this film developing Bella and Jacob as a couple than we ever do with Bella and Edward over the first two movies. I bought these two as a couple, even though that's not ultimately where the film goes, and likely where the sequels won't either. There is a lot of cringy dialogue, and a lot of the special effects really don't hold up. There's some very obvious green screen here, but all of that comes with the territory of these types of films. That being said, there is some genuinely great lines. One scene in particular that comes to mind is the cinema double date scene thing. There's a great moment here between Bella and Jacob about the nature of their relationship and the meaning of holding hands. I realize now those last few sentences didn't make it sound good, but I promise you it is. I relate so much to Jacob, especially with the whole werewolf part. The villainous vampires from the original return here, and they do very little. The female vampire ends up escaping into future sequels, I'm sure. My friend Jake tells me that eventually she's going to get recast, so there's that to look forward to, I guess. The performances here do feel like a bit of a step up from the previous entry, but no one gives an incredible go at it, mostly because they're not given a lot to work with. Although there are things I like about the film, in the end it's still an unnecessarily slow and drawn-out process that delivers very little in terms of story. It's a mixed bag of an entry, but I certainly enjoyed it far more than the original, though it does still feel like a flawed project. All that being said, I'm cautiously optimistic for Eclipse. These films seem to be improving, and hopefully that continues with the rest of the franchise.
But you keep on playing games with me.